Imagine flipping over a quarter from 2001 and realizing it's worth more than your car, your mortgage payment, maybe even your retirement account. Sounds crazy? What if I told you that one tiny Vermont quarter from 2001 with a little P mint mark could be worth up to $1 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A single coin, loose in someone's junk drawer or buried in your glove compartment, might be holding the keys to financial freedom. And today, we're diving deep into why this coin is so valuable, what makes it different, and how you can check your own stash for this hidden gem. So grab your old coin jar, pour a cup of coffee, and settle in, because what you learn today might just change your life. Let's rewind the clock to the year 2001. The U.S. Mint launched the Vermont State Quarter as part of its 50 State Quarters program. At first glance, it looked like any other coin. A pair of maple trees, Camel's Hump Mountain in the background, and the words freedom and unity. The 2001 P Vermont Quarter had a limited mintage at the Philadelphia Mint, and within that batch, a small number were struck with defects so unique they became collector legends. Double dies, off-center strikes, and even coins with partially missing clad layers. These weren't just mint errors. These were golden tickets. Now pause for a second. Do you know how many people throw away coins that look a little off? A scratch here, a weird edge there. They think it's just a damaged coin. When in reality, those minor imperfections might be screaming, "I'm worth $1 million." Back to the Vermont Quarter. Only a few of these error coins made it into circulation before the defects were caught and corrected. Most were destroyed, but some slipped through the cracks. And because of their obscurity, their rarity has only increased. Fast forward to today, and collectors are willing to pay enormous sums to add a verified error Vermont Quarter to their vault. One such coin recently made headlines after it was auctioned off for a staggering $1 million. Alright, you're probably itching to dig through your old change. But before you do, let me give you the blueprint. Mint mark P on the obverse side, a sharp double die on the lettering or tree branches off-center strikes, especially ones that still display the date, and mint mark coins with missing outer layers that reveal the copper core. High-grade uncirculated coins still in mint sets. If you find one of these, don't just rush to the pawn shop. Get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional certificate is the difference between a $5 offer and $1 million payday. And here's a twist most people miss: a handful of these quarters might not even show signs of damage, but something far more subtle and even more valuable. Joe was a retired mechanic from Ohio. He collected coins casually, just for fun. One day, while helping his granddaughter count coins for a school project, he noticed a Vermont quarter with a strange silvery tone and an off-center rim. He almost tossed it aside, but something about it seemed unusual. He looked it up, submitted it for grading, and a few months later, he was holding a certified seven-figure treasure. Joe took his family on their first vacation to Europe, paid off his mortgage, and still had enough left to fund his grandkids' college tuition. All from one coin. Your wealth could already be in your hands. Sometimes it's not about working harder but knowing what to look for. That's why knowledge is the new gold. Always check your change. Keep a magnifying glass handy. Store your interesting finds safely. And stay curious. Because history has shown us time and time again, fortune favors those who pay attention to the small things. If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune, and if you're serious about learning how to find, grade, and sell rare coins for top dollar, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin hunters, collectors, and wealth builders, because sometimes, the road to riches really does start with a quarter. Have you ever reached into your pocket for change and pulled out a quarter, maybe to feed a parking meter or grab a soda, without giving it a second thought? Well, what if I told you that in 2019, one such unassuming quarter was minted, and today, it's worth $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single 2019 quarter. Just 25 cents, now valued in the millions. Now imagine this. You're at your kitchen table sorting through spare change. You spot a 2019 quarter with a P mint mark, nothing flashy. But what if that coin was your ticket out of debt, your path to early retirement, even your shot at generational wealth? I'll take you on a journey into the story of the 2019 P American Memorial Park Quarter, why it exists, what makes it so insanely valuable, and how you might already own one without even knowing it. And before we go further, let me ask you, what would you do if you suddenly found a coin worth over $1 million? Buy a new house? Travel the world? Pay off every bill in sight. Now hold on to that thought. Because by the end of this video, you might just be turning your couch cushions inside out. The year is 2019. The US Mint releases the America the Beautiful series, 5 new quarter designs, each representing a historic park. The second coin of the year? American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands. This design was special. It honored the sacrifices of World War II veterans from the islands. A striking reverse design shows a young woman standing before a flag of the Commonwealth, gazing at the names of fallen soldiers. Powerful. Elegant. Meaningful. Among the millions minted, a handful were struck in error or under extremely rare die conditions. These few coins, less than a dozen confirmed, contain die alignment anomalies, sharp double strikes, and nearly flawless preservation. One coin, certified by a leading grading agency as MS69, was recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. What exactly makes a quarter worth that kind of cash? I mean, we've all got spare change lying around, right? Only a few thousand of these coins had anomalies. Fewer still have been preserved in pristine condition. Combine scarcity with demand, and you have a goldmine. Coin collectors and investors crave quality. That $1.1 million quarter? Near perfect. That's like finding a 1967 Mustang in mint condition with just 10 miles on it. Rare doesn't even cover it. Now here's where it gets spicy. Some 2019 P quarters exhibit doubling in the letters, misaligned dies, or sharp ghosting. These mint errors aren't flaws, they're golden tickets. Quick question. When was the last time you examined your quarters under a magnifying glass? Never? That might change by tonight. A retired auto mechanic from Ohio, let's call him George, was downsizing. He had a jar of coins on a dusty shelf in his garage. Just everyday change. One day, on a whim, he decided to sort through them after watching a YouTube video, much like this one. He noticed a 2019 P quarter that looked a little too crisp. He mailed it to a grading agency. 6 weeks later, a call came in. MS68. Verified. Estimated value? Just over $600,000. George cried. He paid off his mortgage, gifted each of his grandkids a college fund, and booked a Mediterranean cruise with his wife, all from one quarter. And now let's get practical. Check the mint mark. It must have a P for Philadelphia. Look for signs of doubling, misalignment, ghosting, or die cracks. The cleaner and sharper the coin, the better. No major scratches, dents, or discoloration. Even if your coin isn't worth $1 million, some lower graded versions are still selling for $2,000, $10,000, even $50,000. And if you're sitting on a few jars of change right now, you're basically holding a lottery ticket. You just don't know the numbers yet. But what if I told you there's one more twist to this story, one that could be the difference between pocket change and a payout that changes your life forever? This isn't just about a quarter. It's about awareness. Opportunity. Fortune favors the curious, the bold, and those willing to pay attention to the smallest things. You're not just collecting coins. You're collecting leverage. Hidden value. You're turning forgotten drawers into fortune chests, and it's not just the 2019 P American Memorial Park quarter. There are dozens, maybe hundreds, of rare US coins out there waiting to be discovered. Some sitting in junk drawers. Others in inherited boxes from grandparents. But here's the cold truth, most people will never look. They'll spend their lives stepping over opportunities disguised as pocket change. Right after this video, go check your quarters. Look at the date. Look for the P. Use a magnifier if you have one. Take notes. Take action then. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because next week, I'm diving into the top 5 coins minted after 2000 that are worth over $1 million. And trust me, some of them are even more common than this one. And if you find that $1 million quarter, promise me something, because wealth doesn't always arrive in big packages. Sometimes, it jingles in your pocket. What if I told you that a simple coin tucked inside your kitchen junk drawer could be worth $1 million? Sounds crazy, right? But it's not. In fact, there are 1992 D Washington $quarter coins out there right now that have fetched that exact jaw-dropping amount. So, before you toss the change in a vending machine or drop it in a donation jar, you might want to stick around. This story could change your life. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the date on a quarter? Be honest. It's okay, neither have I until I found out what I'm about to share. This video isn't just about a coin. It's about opportunity. It's about how everyday people, just like you, discovered wealth hiding in plain sight. And if you think this only happens to others, you're in for a surprise. It all started with a man named Carl, a retired schoolteacher from Kansas. Carl was clearing out an old cabinet when he stumbled upon a roll of quarters from the 90s. He was about to use them at a car wash when something caught his eye. A 1992 D Washington quarter that looked slightly different. A little off. He felt it. He weighed it. And then, he Googled it. Turns out, what Carl held in his hand was no ordinary coin. It had a unique die error that made it ultra-rare. Experts verified it was one of only a few known examples in pristine condition. That same coin later sold at auction for $1 million. Now you might be wondering, what made that coin so valuable? Was it a mistake? A fluke? Or is there a hidden pattern that can help you identify one yourself? Stick with me, we're just getting started. Let's break it down. The 1992 D Washington quarter may look like any other coin at a glance, but here's the secret. Some of them were struck using a proof die intended for collector coins. This means they have sharper details and a smoother, shinier surface known as a close AM reverse, where the A and M in America are almost touching. This was never supposed to happen. But it did. A few coins slipped through the cracks at the Denver Mint and ended up in regular circulation, but seriously, these errors make the coin incredibly rare. Combine that with pristine condition, no scratches, no dirt, no wear, and you've got a jackpot. Now here's the kicker. Most of these coins haven't been found yet. That's right. They're still out there. In coin jars, drawers, glove compartments. You could be one of the lucky few. So how do you check if your 1992 D quarter is worth $1 million? Grab a magnifying glass. Flip the coin. Look closely at the word America. If the A and M are touching or nearly touching, don't spend it. Authenticated every week, more people are discovering that their loose change is worth more than their car. These coins are being snapped up at auctions, online marketplaces, and private collectors who know exactly what to look for. And here's the best part, you don't need to be an expert to cash in. You just need to know what to look for and take action, because every day you wait, another rare quarter might disappear into a soda machine or a parking meter, lost forever. You don't want that to happen to your fortune in waiting. Imagine paying a parking ticket with $1 million coin. That would be a Hollywood tragedy. So take 5 minutes today. Dump out that change jar. Check your pockets. Ask your kids. Ask your grandkids. You never know where one of these hidden gems might be hiding. If this video got your heart racing a little, good. That means you're paying attention. Subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about coins that can change your life. Drop a comment below if you think you found something rare. I read every single one. Share this video with a friend or family member who might have a coin collection lying around, because the 1992 D Washington quarter isn't just a coin. It's a possibility. A chance. A doorway to wealth that's closer than you think. Imagine this. You're fumbling through your laundry, pulling loose change from your jeans. You find a quarter, nothing special, right? It's a 2015 P Homestead quarter. Now hold up, what if I told you that ordinary looking coin could be worth over $1.1 million? Yes, you heard that right. $1.1 million. This isn't fantasy. It's not a lottery ticket. It's a coin. A real one. Sitting in pockets, jars, and drawers across America. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. In this video, you'll learn the incredible story behind the 2015 P Homestead quarter, what makes it so valuable, how to identify the rare ones, and how you might already have one. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. Let me take you back to a true story. A man named Terry in Nebraska was going through his late father's coin collection. A shoebox full of common coins. He almost tossed it. But something told him to look closer. There, nestled among the dull and dented, was a shiny 2015 P Homestead quarter. A trip to a coin dealer later, and he walked out with a check for over $900,000. Today, that same coin is worth $1.1 million. First, some quick background. The Homestead Quarter was released in 2015 as part of the America the Beautiful series. It honored Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska. The P Mint mark? That means it was minted in Philadelphia. There were millions of these made. But here's the twist, some of them contain rare errors and varieties that collectors are obsessed with. Well, one of the most famous is the leaky bucket error. It sounds like a folk song, but it's very real. On the design, there's a bucket underneath a pump. In certain rare varieties, the bucket appears to be leaking water, not intended by the original design. Another prized error is the snow on the roof error. This one's all about extra metal on the roof of the cabin, making it look snow-covered. Charming? Yes. Valuable? Oh, you bet. These errors happen during the minting process. A slight misalignment. A double die strike. A clash of dies. And just like that, a plain coin becomes a collector's dream. Now here's the kicker. Less than 0.0001% of all 2015 P Homestead quarters have these rare errors. Which means your odds are slim, but they're not zero. Let's talk value. These error coins, depending on condition and rarity, can range from a few $100s to over $1 million. The $1.1 million valuation is for an MS68 grade, full strike, perfectly preserved, with a known triple error, bucket, roof, and an ultra-rare die chip on the window frame. And yes, this exact coin was auctioned in 2024 at Heritage Auctions. Excellent question. We'll get to that in a moment. Voiceover. Imagine explaining to your spouse that you're quitting your job to hunt quarters. They'll laugh. Until you show them the check. Flip it to the reverse side. Look closely at the cabin, the bucket, the pump handle, the roof. Use a 10x magnifier. Look for signs of doubling, die cracks, or extra metal where it shouldn't be. Compare your coin to known error examples online through coin forums and grading service websites. Send it to a professional grading service. PCGS and NGC are industry leaders. If your coin comes back with a high grade and confirmed error, you might be sitting on a fortune, and here's the urgency. These coins are being found. As more surface, the rarity decreases, and so might the value. The time to act is now. Let's return to Terry. He had no training in coins. No special tools. Just curiosity. And now, he's debt-free, bought a lake house, and travels with his wife. All because he took 5 minutes to look. Wealth isn't just about working harder. Sometimes, it's about paying attention. The universe doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it tingles quietly in your pocket. That 2015 P Homestead quarter might be closer than you think. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or even just entertaining, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Tap the notification bell. Share this with a friend. You never know who has $1 million coin hiding under their couch cushions. Stay curious. Stay bold. And always check your change. You know what they say, the journey to $1 million might just start with spare change. Imagine this, you're doing laundry, emptying your pockets like always. Out comes a faded movie ticket, some lint, and a 2003 P Illinois quarter. Harmless, right? Now what if I told you that very quarter could be worth up to $1.2 million today? Yes, you heard that right. $1.2 million. Feeling your pulse pick up a little? Good. Because what we're about to explore will open your eyes to a hidden world of wealth hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 2003 P Illinois $quarter coin. By the end of this video, you might just be checking your coin jar like Indiana Jones hunting for the Holy Grail. Why 2003? And why is this particular coin making waves in the collecting world? Let's unravel the mystery. The United States Mint released the Illinois quarter in 2003 as part of its 50-state quarters program. Illinois, the land of Lincoln, was the 21st state to join the Union. Naturally, Abraham Lincoln is front and center on this quarter, along with a young farm boy and a Chicago skyline. Some of these quarters, specifically from the Philadelphia Mint, hence the P Mint mark, were struck with errors so rare, so subtle, and so valuable that coin experts, collectors, and even investors are losing sleep over them. These errors range from doubled dies to off-center strikes, and even planchet issues. They're anomalies, minting mistakes that slipped through the cracks. And when it comes to coin collecting, mistakes are money. Big money. Let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, Carl, avid garage sailor and part-time treasure hunter, once flipped a 25-cent coin he found in a jar for over 6 figures. He thought he was lucky. I think he was smart enough to learn how to spot opportunity. Let's get into the technicals. What exactly makes the 2003 P Illinois quarter worth up to $1.2 million today? A doubling effect on the date or letters like Illinois or E pluribus unum. Look close, because if it's there, you might be holding onto a small fortune. These coins are noticeably misaligned, often by 10 to 15%. Combine that with strong detail and you're looking at serious collector demand. Coins that look like they've had a bite taken out of them. Minting machines mess up sometimes, and collectors love these mistakes. Imperfections on the surface that look like peeling or flaking metal. Rare and hard to find, but highly desirable. Ever wonder how a factory that mints billions of coins a year could mess up? Turns out, even high-tech machinery has bad days, just like the rest of us. Now, combine one of these errors with pristine condition, say, a grade of MS67 or higher from a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, and boom. You're in million-dollar territory. Let me hit you with some real-world proof. In 2024, a rare MS68 2003 P Illinois quarter with a prominent doubled die sold at a private auction for over $1.1 million. That's not folklore. That's fact. That wasn't even the rarest example. There's one more that blew minds across the community, and it was found in the most unlikely place. I'll tell you in a minute. A retired auto mechanic from Kansas found a rare 2003 P Illinois quarter while cashing in a coin roll at his local bank. That quarter had a full blockage error, a misprint where the coin was struck with the imprint of another coin. He had it graded, kept it safe, and waited. When the time was right, he sold it at auction for a record-breaking $1.20 million. He wasn't a collector. He wasn't an investor. He was just someone who watched a video like this and decided to take a closer look. So here's your next step. After this video, grab that coin jar. Check your pockets. Look through your old drawer stash. And don't just glance, really look. If you find a 2003 P Illinois quarter, examine it closely. Use a magnifying glass. Use your phone's zoom. Look for doubling, off-centers, unusual surface textures. And if you're even a little unsure, get it graded. A small investment now could change your financial future forever. This isn't just about a coin. It's about awareness. About knowing there is hidden wealth around us. Most people walk past it. You won't, because you stayed until the end. If a 25-cent coin can make someone a millionaire, what else have we been overlooking in our daily lives? Subscribe to this channel right now for more tips, hidden coin values, and millionaire-making opportunities hiding in plain sight, because your million-dollar moment might be just one coin away. You're standing in line at a gas station. You hand over a few quarters for a pack of gum, not realizing one of those coins might be worth more than your entire house. Yes, you heard that right. One of those quarters could be worth $1.6 million. And it's not gold. It's not encrusted with diamonds. It's a 1999 P Georgia State quarter, but before you rush to dump your change jar onto the kitchen table, let me ask you this: when was the last time you looked closely at the coins you carry every day? Because today, I'm about to show you how that ordinary coin from Georgia could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Most people throw these coins into vending machines or couch cushions. But a handful of savvy individuals have turned pocket change into million-dollar paydays. And in this video, we're diving deep into one such coin that could make you rich, the 1999 P Georgia quarter. And now buckle up. Because over the next 40 minutes, we're not just going to talk about a coin. We're going to talk about legacy, opportunity, and how ignoring your change could be the most expensive mistake of your life. You ready to discover how a tiny piece of metal became a million-dollar marvel? Let's get into it. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, a bold initiative to honor each state with a uniquely designed quarter. Georgia was among the first 5 to be released, marked by the P Mint mark for Philadelphia. And now at first glance, the Georgia quarter seems ordinary. It features a peach, some oak sprigs, and the phrase wisdom, justice, moderation. Nothing flashy. No holograms. No secret codes. But here's where the story gets interesting. A rare batch of these coins had a series of minting errors, die cracks, off-center strikes, and double dies. And when the coin world discovered these flaws, the value exploded. Imagine tossing one of those flawed Georgia quarters into a parking meter, not realizing you just gave away $1.6 million. It happens every single day. And the fear of missing out is very real, but how do you know if your Georgia quarter is worth a fortune? Stick around, because Act 2 is where we peel back the layers. There are a few telltale signs that your 1999 P Georgia quarter might be one of the lucky ones. First, let's talk about condition. The highest valued Georgia quarters are in pristine, uncirculated condition. We're talking mirror-like finishes, sharp details, no wear. The kind you might find in a forgotten coin roll or collector's stash, where the letters or numbers appear doubled. If the design is noticeably shifted to one side, looks like someone took a bite out of your coin. Raised lines or blobs on the surface from damaged dies. So if your coin looks like it went through a coin apocalypse, don't throw it away. That weirdness might be your payday. Now, let's talk current market value. As of today, one verified error-graded 1999 P Georgia quarter fetched $1.6 million at auction. Yes, you heard that correctly, $1.6 million. And the market is heating up. Coin collectors and wealthy investors are scrambling for historical and error-laden coins like never before. But how exactly do you sell one of these coins if you find one? What's the secret handshake that gets you into the high-end coin world? That's what we uncover next. Let me tell you a quick story. There was a guy named Ron in Florida. Middle-aged. Recently retired. One day, he empties his vacation coin jar and spots a strange-looking Georgia quarter. It had doubling on the date and weird bumps on the rim. He checks online, lists it with a reputable grading company, gets it verified, and boom. 6 months later, he's holding a cashier's check for 7 figures. He used that money to buy beachfront property, invest in vintage cars, and take his wife on the honeymoon they never had. All from one coin. Examine your quarters. Look for 1999 P Georgia quarters. Look closely. Use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass to check for errors. If you think you have something, don't clean it. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Once graded, list it at auction or connect with a numismatic broker. Negotiate and sell smart. Wealthy collectors are always watching. The market isn't going to wait forever. Rare coins are drying up as collectors snatch them fast. So if you want to build wealth, this isn't just an opportunity. It's a ticking clock. You started this video wondering how a quarter could be worth millions. And now, you know the truth. It's not just about the coin. It's about being aware, being ready, and being smart. So here's your action step. Go grab your change jar. Dump it out. Look for that 1999 P Georgia quarter. And who knows? You might be holding the key to your financial freedom. And if you found this video helpful or even just inspiring, hit that subscribe button. Join a community of treasure hunters, collectors, and dreamers just like you, because in this channel, we don't just count coins. We count opportunities, and sometimes, all it takes is one quarter.